Oh, hi. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
We are back, and we are the Murder Moose Podcast, part of the Slash and Cast Podcast Network.
Oh, no, I'm not even ready with that, but it is in my ass. I mean, Kin's ass, and Kin's not here, so it's in Brian's ass, and it's
it's
in
my ass today, yeah.
Kin is doing her. Kin had to get her hair did, so she's getting her hair did in Canada. So
well,
it's
in the game.
There we go. Now I'm ready.
There we go.
There we go.
She went. I have the Kin review of the movie. This movie fucking sucks. Okay, so
Is that what she said?
yeah.
Oh, what?
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan either. So
Really?
I was very let down as well.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I didn't think it was bad. I liked it.
Wow, this is the fastest we've ever dove right in. Boom, boom. Don't have to watch anymore. If you get to the end, we give you a high five. But if you didn't, no.
You can find me at We're Gonna Make You Watch.
Wow. What have you guys been up to? What is going on in the life? Brian hurt himself.
Yeah,
Brian was jerking off so aggressively that he tore a bicep.
Rod. I was mad masturbating, like aggressively masturbating.
That's like me last episode where I came in and Rod didn't stroke me hard enough, so I left.
Yep. I was like, Josh, all you're doing is messing up the OBS, and I was like laughing at him. I was like, God damn it, Josh.
That's why I come
for an hour.
Oh shit! I even got the desktop audio. Oh yeah, there we go. Now it's going to sound good now. It's not going to sound good a minute ago.
So besides hurting yourself, what else you been up to, Brian?
I went and watched The Accountant 2.
Oh,
I did too. Enjoyed it.
What did I went and saw the new Avengers.
Oh, did you? The Thunderbolts movie?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it good?
Yeah, it was real good.
Actually,
I really liked
it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I'm like, huh. Wow. Good. Okay. Because I went in, my bar was set so low. I was at the point where I literally got invited to go with friends and was like, I don't want to fucking go. And then the next day, I randomly had time that I didn't think I was going to. And I was like, well, I'm fucking bored. So I might as well go and see that movie that I wasn't going to go see. So
yeah.
Dude, that movie made me tear up more than once. Like all the mental health shit. And it was just.
That is
really
why.
Well done.
It made it human.
Yeah.
It took the thing that's wrong with Marvel and Disney movies and everything. It got to a point where everything had to be bigger. Everything had to be more in space. Everything had to be more pew pew pew. And then it's like, well, there's nothing is grounded anymore. Yeah. There's nothing that we can relate to anymore. And it's so put out so quickly that everything is just and noise, and it's just like, what the fuck are we even watching? Well, we don't give a fuck. This one stripped it all back, and the anti-hero is always more fun anyways. So Agreed. It was a bunch of anti-heroes, and you're like, this is a good movie. What the fuck? Like, you put it on human characters, and I was like, what is going on? Marvel can make good movies again? So it wasn't great, but it was good.
Yeah.
And I liked it.
Yeah. Good deal.
Mm-hmm.
The only other movie I liked that I liked is more than this, like since Endgame, was Guardians 3, and just because James Gunn tells stories so well, and you
as a whole, all three of the Guardians movies are probably the top tier Marvel movies of.
Oh yeah, I've said for a long time. Yeah, I've said for a long time. I think 3 might be my favorite Marvel movie, and like I haven't rewatched it in a while. But like, just I was laughing and crying that whole movie, and you get that range of emotions.
I didn't. I didn't think I was going to cry that much in Guardians 3, and then I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And this didn't make me cry like that, but I was tearing up more than once because of the emotional things of like the stuff that we all on a normal day, like daily basis, deal with mental health wise. And how they approached it was so fucking good, and it was touching, and it was like, it was good, man. And Florence Pugh was just fucking amazing, and I love Pugh. And Bill Pullman's kid,
Louis Pullman. Yeah, I know he plays Sentry in that movie, which is cool because I dig Sentry. I think he's kind of an underutilized Marvel character.
It's hard to utilize him when he's
the most powerful. He's one of the most powerful beings in existence in that universe. So yeah.
Anyone watch The Last of Us last night?
I need to catch up. I started finally watching the first season because it is now available.
It's always available.
Now it is for me.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, I know it's been available, but I'm gonna stop talking. Anyway. Yeah. I need to catch up. So
yeah, that first season's really good, dude. Especially
roller coaster.
I just watched the episode with Frank. My God.
Fuck, that's the best episode of. Well,
so
I don't know.
Good, dude.
That whole season is just so good, but that episode is such a standout for sure.
I was fucking balling.
Dude, that is like one of the best, saddest hours of TV I've ever watched. Right? And I'm just like,
so good.
I'm just
I missed out watching it when it first premiered because
the conversations. Like HBO is still one of the only conversation like water cooler places like making shit like relevant to like because The Last of Us is still like what was it, the second episode of this season was the big oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. Like, don't talk to me. Fuck you. Why are you even looking at me? Fuck you.
It was it's a really well done show, and it's just like Pedro Pascal is just fucking epic, and
I love him pretty much.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I watched SNL 50, the 50th anniversary episode of Saturday Night Live. I finally watched that.
That like 4-hour thing or whatever it was.
It was long. Yeah, it was almost 3 hours long. Yeah,
that was cool. It was fun.
Really good though. Adam Sandler's fucking song got me all teared up.
But really good, the whole Pedro.
Are you excited for Happy Gilmore 2 though?
Me? Am I excited for it? No, I wish I was. And the reason I'm not is because I honestly don't. The trailers, I'm not gonna lie, they didn't really sell me on it. I want that to be good because I fucking love Happy Gilmore.
Oh, who doesn't? I think it's not the time anymore for that type of thing. But I hope it lands. And the fact that it's produced by Netflix, I hope it's not just we're shooting for mid, man. So it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna hit our mark. And I hope they don't just do that.
We have so little physical comedy nowadays that dude, when I've laughed, I've really enjoyed The Studio, but I haven't laughed at it all that much, except when it got into the physical gags. The physical gags on that show have been really fucking funny. And having physical humor that we do movie night in Classy Katie's Discord a lot, like on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I will watch stupid fucking movies that don't make any sense. But if they have physical humor in them that are you go, make you laugh, you go, okay, this was a really dumb movie, but it was actually, you can sit there and turn your brain off and have fun with it and shit that doesn't exist anymore. Right. And it's I hope that happens. And because that man, Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison were such crucial movies in my, as a kid.
Peak and 90s comedy.
100%.
Yeah.
But that's why he does so well on Netflix, because the rewatchability of those movies, there's nothing like that for rewatchability anymore. And that's where comedies, the fact that only place that is actually giving money for comedies to be made are streaming services kind of sucks, because it was a theater thing that Superbad still to this day is one of those things that I'm so happy I saw it in the theater when I did opening day, completely packed house. It was such an experience, and the laughs, because there was jokes that were stacked so close to each other. You missed out on the second joke because everyone was still losing their minds so hard on the first one, and I was like, "Fuck, this is so good."
And that's that live experience is such makes it even better. And it's the same thing with horror, right? I talk about it on the show all the time. Paranormal Activity and Blair Witch Project in packed theaters are peak on a level that is hard to describe. And you don't have comedy movies like that being dude, you want to know what I've laughed at harder than any other movie in the fucking theater this year? The Monkey, because the black humor, the black humor, and it's just you sit there and it's so ridiculous and over the top, and you're just okay, I can laugh at this, enjoy it. But
it's amazing.
That and that and Hard Eyes are but they don't make fucking comedies, right? It's comedies are you said,
they're
Josh,
scared.
direct with DV, But
you can wrap anything in a horror movie. Like that's where a lot of the most like dramatic or movies that talk about seeing Disney do it. It's definitely talking about the mental health thing and whatever. It really shows that a villain can have more dimensions than just being
Well,
Right.
yeah, dude, and that's what always been a giant Marvel problem, right? Like Marvel, like for all their villains that they've had, like so few of them, they've wasted so many good like actors, right? You have Mads Mikkelsen as that fucking forgettable guy in the first Doctor Strange movie, and you have like all these really good actors doing things, and you're just like,
they wasted Christian Bale too. In Thor Ragnarok.
I didn't hate that movie,
but they wasted.
He was
I
the
didn't hate
best
that
part of
movie
that
like a
fucking
lot of people
movie.
did,
He was the
but-
best
Oh
part
my
of that
God.
movie.
Yeah.
I don't think he
Yeah.
got told what type of movie he was actually being made around him because he was the only one that fucking showed up.
Yeah, the problem with Thor 3 is that the tonality was just they didn't know what it was.
I mean, Thor.
Thor 4,
That was a
whatever the fuck.
4?
Yeah, it was Thor 4, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Because I forgot.
Because
about
everybody
the
forgets Dark World because it's
because it's
literally the
so
worst Marvel
forgettable.
movie. It's like the worst Marvel movie. Like
Yeah.
it is.
It is.
Not.
I don't know about
it
that,
might
man.
Be better than the Eternals, bro.
So many movies in the last 10 years have
Okay.
been shit.
Okay.
I think it's
Okay,
better than the
that's-
Eternals, but
Eternals
at
is
that point,
forgettable, but like I feel like Thor: Dark World was just bad.
It's so forgettable
You know?
that the first time they actually talk about the huge thing in the fucking ocean is the new Captain America movie. That's the first time they fucking talked about it. And it's like, that would like change the like the gravitational pull at least of the moon or something. It being it would fuck up something huge.
Yeah. Dude, and you know what? I think the problem was the combination of just having that high note of Endgame and then lower, like between that and then fucking COVID just fucked up so much. And they had Disney executives going, pump out as much fucking content as you can. And the quality control just went fucking down. I mean, Secret Invasion is by far the worst piece of Marvel anything they've done in the entire almost 20 years now. And like, I didn't hate everything else they've done with it. Like, but like forgettable is a word that gets used in a lot of that stuff. And so, yeah, it's just, I think that like they finally have gotten their back because I thought Daredevil Born Again was fucking great. So you have that, and then this movie is Thunderbolts.
I never watched any of the other shows, so people tell me to watch that. I'm like,
If you watch the Netflix shows, if you watch the Netflix Daredevil, you'll enjoy it. And you might not, but like
they're really good. I honestly enjoyed almost every single one of them. The worst one is probably the
Secret Invasion. It's not even close.
It's
not even
I'm talking
close.
about the Netflix shows.
Oh, okay. Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. Yeah, that's the worst. But even the story was at least good in that, though. The worst, the bad thing about that was the kung fu sucked. But
I thought they made the character a whiny bitch. That was, I think,
they didn't really capture Iron Fist, in my opinion, very well. But the story they told was good. The story was really good, actually.
They're talking about bringing him back and doing like all those people are coming back. It sounds like, and I hope they fix it, like because they've finally got their shit together and they're letting the Punisher showrunners do a lot of this stuff. And so, yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else before we dive into Ash?
No. Let's get going. I wish you guys weren't as let down as you were about this.
Okay. We're gonna talk about.
I had nothing really going in when I went and saw it. I did not rewatch this for this. I went and saw it in the theaters at one time.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to rewatch it, but I remember it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to read a synopsis, and it reads as follows. From 2025, a woman wakes up on a distant planet and finds the crew of her space station viciously killed. Her investigation into what happened sets in motion a terrifying chain of events. I will explain right away what are you going to say, Josh?
Don't do it, man. Explain right away.
I was going to say, like, my favorite kind of horror out of every genre of horror, sci-fi horror. My favorite two movies are Alien and The Thing.
I know this. That's why you coming in and saying you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly makes sense.
And one of my favorite video games of all time, which I see a lot of in this movie, is Dead Space. And like this movie felt like it tried to be this grand old science fiction thing, and without a riveting backstory. The main actress was okay at best, and it felt like it crumbled under its own weight of wanting to be great, and it doesn't, like, I feel like, you know how you
I
said
feel like it
with
put in reference material into ChatGPT and said, I want to make a movie exactly like all of this reference material. And it said, here you
Yeah.
go. That's when you start a movie and the character is just in, that works for a short film because then it's building a world. But when it's a full-length feature, why the fuck are we supposed to care about this main character? We don't know her. We weren't on that journey. And if you look at all of the source material that it is trying to copy, all of those have the origin story of showing where they came from, why they're here, and why you care about these characters. And this one was missing all of that. So it was just dangling and trying to force down your throat, care about this character. But you're like, but I don't know who this is, and why should I? The face melting was fucking dope. There was a whole bunch of like lo-fi things that they did really fucking cool in this. Like the practically stuff was all on point, and that's aesthetically why I was so excited to see this, because in the trailer they showed off all of the heights that this movie had, and then it just, like you said, man, it definitely does crumble under its own
ambition
to try and be something that it really did not end up being.
Also, another thing I want to point out really bad, they tried to pull M. Night Shyamalan ding dong here at the end, and I just like, and it was like the big, like, it was like a swing and a miss on a level of like major league levels of like, oh my God, Aaron Paul was dead the whole movie. What? Ah!
Or did he even exist in the first place?
I mean, he existed. He was there, but like,
did he?
Like, I don't know, man. That's the thing, man.
This is one of those movies that leaves you asking more questions and having answers, kind of thing. You know,
because it didn't have the answers itself.
I agreed. Yeah, it certainly didn't. I was entertained with it though. It didn't piss me off, but I also had no expectations going into it because I don't even think I saw a trailer for this.
I did. All I said was it looks good and I'm excited to see it, and that's all you did. But you went to the theater too, and I think honestly, if I just like did that, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna have a night out, because like, and it's not that I just came out to this like realization, but I love going to movies by myself. Like,
that's pretty awesome, honestly.
I went to a movie like with friends not too long ago, and it's just like, it's just not as easy, you know? Like, you know, it's fun with some other people, but like, to be honest, just going by myself is just easy breezy. So this movie by myself with a freaking big thing of popcorn would have probably made my whole experience with it a lot more enjoyable.
Am I the only one who did enjoy Aaron Paul though? Aaron Paul was pretty good in this, and like I think he did what he was asked to do.
He's a good actor, actually. I actually like Aaron Paul.
Every time he was on screen, it did elevate it a bit.
Yeah. I was talking in Kin's chat earlier today, and I'm like, why is Timu Wonder Woman like not like?
But she's very attractive, like extremely attractive.
Yeah. She's a very pretty lady. Don't get me wrong. I say Timu Wonder Woman because it's like I was looking at her IMDb, and she was in one of the Fast and Furious movies and other stuff. And I'm just like,
an ambulance.
Ambulance.
I don't think she can carry a movie like this, I think is what, you know, is.
I don't entirely agree with that. And the reason I don't entirely agree with that is I think that you can only carry a movie as well as the material that they give you is, you know, and they really didn't give her a lot. As you guys said earlier, they didn't even develop her character. No. So who the fuck was she? You know what I mean? So I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at that wrong, and I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But you're right. I mean, she wasn't super fuck. I didn't give much of a fuck about her.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I was just kind of there for the special effects
Yeah. Well,
and the tension and stuff. But you know,
I hate when you have all this setup and you have these really cool concepts. Like, it's not the first science fiction horror movie to go, oh, we're trying to relocate Earth. Like, just literally the other night I was watching in Katie's Discord, we were watching Sunshine, which has, it's not the exact same premise, but it's like the people out trying to, do whatever.
right?
And like, this movie has that, and then it's like it drops lines like, "Oh, we're the six missions failed before us, and we're Earth's last hope," and blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, and then you do stuff like you have this fucking they find the thing to like do the atmosphere, which was alien born, and what actually kind of like I was like, one of the biggest things about this whole movie that pissed me off was somehow they find this thing after they get like sonic boomed away from it, like then they go back to their fucking base and it's like growing in their fucking base, and like and it's the most asinine whatever, and you're just like, what? And then the timetable when Aaron Paul died and everything else, it just, none of this movie makes sense. And it was like, it was trying to be mysterious. Like I said, it was trying to like, oh my God, look at this reveal. And it was, you know what? It kind of, that reveal almost kind of reminded me of like High Tension at the very end, where you're like,
Oh yeah,
it was her all along. Yeah. And like, it's that same kind of thing where it, like it, and this movie still made more sense than the High Tension reveal out then. But like, this movie didn't have that fucking like lead up to that, and didn't like, it didn't have that weight. Josh said it. You don't care about any of these characters. You don't care about, like, I think Aaron Paul's like the cool guy and like whatever, but like none of them.
But
are,
he
like,
comes in far enough away that it's like, okay, at least it's more interesting. Whereas like, because she's the lead, and there's zero backstory and reason, or like, yes, she has amnesia, but that's just lazy fucking writing. It's like, you got to figure it out with her. It's just like, but did she ever figure it out? No. So then we didn't figure it out, and thanks.
That is like, they figure it out. She had an alien in her head the whole fucking movie that was like a hive mind or some whatever fucking insane, like, dude, that when the eyeball started talking to her, I'm like, oh my, I like actually kind of groaned, I think. And I was just like, the fucking alien eye talking to her. I'm just like,
it's kind of like, I don't know. I watched The Death of a Unicorn too, and that had some like, yes, that was kind of entertaining, a little bit more so than this, but
way more entertaining than this.
I actually really enjoyed Death of a Unicorn. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I just stupidity on purpose. That one was ramped up to like 15 on the stupidity part, so I was just like, I was so annoyed. But you're supposed to be, so I was like, I guess they did a good job on that.
I love the ginger in that. The ginger in that movie, fucking, he's hysterical the entire time.
Oh
he's in it when he's
totally.
He's like, he's just like fucking doing lines the whole movie out of fucking unicorn horn and shit like that. And I told you guys it was disappointing. Like when I like right after I watched it.
Yes.
But like, it was like, so that movie was like, you took all like. And that's the thing,
I feel like if this one had an A24 package to it, it might have raised it up a level. Like
maybe
I don't know.
I think you this movie, the script was probably terrible from what ended up coming out, and the editing was terrible, and the directing was like not terrible, but like it was like to the point where they were trying to do this thing going back to the script.
This was just a big script issue for sure. Yeah. They're like, let's just do it, whatever.
And you had people obviously who didn't have like the skill base to do what they were trying to do, right? Like they didn't have the skill base to make you care about these characters. They didn't give the skill base to become like, they had some, like you were talking about that fucking, you start off with faces melting. I'm like, holy shit, this could be fucking great. Yep. No, that didn't carry over to the rest of the movie. And it's just like, dude, I was looking at my phone. I had to keep pausing this movie because I was bored at points. And like was looking at my phone, and again, you go back to how you watched it right in the theater, and that's like, you go, if you're forced to sit there and like you don't have a phone and you're watching in the theater, you go, maybe it's a little bit easier. Like my ADHD ass sitting in my room watching it. I'm just like, come on.
I was on the couch at least. I watched it before we said we were going to do it for the show.
Yeah.
So and I watched it the same way. I had to keep stopping it because I was like, oh, come on, do better.
Yeah.
Why aren't you? So if I was forced in a theater and it was at that time where I was like, no, this is my time, then actually maybe I would have been more pissed off. You're taking my time.
You're taking my time and my money.
I think that like when you have all this potential and you throw all these references like The Thing and fucking Event Horizon and even fucking like I said,
there's
Dead
so many
Space kind of
movies trying to be Event Horizon right now. I don't know why that is, but the things that they pulled off visually, like from Event Horizon, like the really brutal face melting shit, that was dope. But that was like pretty much the height of this movie was the face melting in the mask.
And let's be real. Event Horizon's a mess of a movie. A lot of that had to do with the studio, right? And then like cutting 40.
They butchered they butchered so much exposition in that movie that most people don't even understand it.
And let's be real. Paul W.S. Anderson is a good one, but Paul Anderson doesn't exactly know how to make a good movie most of the time. Like he's
only made a couple.
Yeah, he's done a lot
He knows
of
how to make movies that are
make profit,
like that make money. Like he's Michael Bay for the horror genre. But he's not at the same time because his last movie kind of fucking tanked.
What was his last one?
Oh, some bad movie with Batista and his wife. Mila Jovovich and Batista played in it.
I don't even know what that
exactly
is. The Monster Hunter? It wasn't Monster Hunter.
No, he did one after that too.
Man, I don't know. Him, that man is putting his wife and everything. Like, I don't know. I think that there's a big old thing where the Event Horizon gets
in the Lost Lands.
Never even heard of it.
Exactly. It's a 24% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it fucking tanked, I believe.
Also,
it made $87. Wow. No, it cost $55 million to make, and it didn't even make $5 million.
Holy shit.
You know what I just put together? Because I noticed when I was watching this movie that the director's name was Flying Lotus.
Flying Lotus is a rapper.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's a very good one too.
He's also the black guy in the movie that made like part of the crew that doesn't get like, you know, anything. And the guy from the Raid movies, the main character from the Raid movies is the Asian dude.
Yeah, that's why there's so much freaking kung fu fighting instead of just like, it's like, whoa. I noticed him right away. Like I was a huge fan of his like early on in his career. So as soon as I saw him, I was like, oh, there's definitely going to be, oh, yep, there it is.
Yeah. Well, dude, he's a super talented dude. Like in like those 2 Raid movies are so underrated.
I need to watch.
He wasn't even an actor.
Really awesome.
Like the Raid movies, he was just like, I just do this type of. It was like a new type of fighting that was not normally filmed, and the filmmaker was just like on vacation and doing like a documentary or something, and then just kind of stumbled on this like type of fighting, and then ended up making his own movie about it. And that's what I like about those types of movies. It's like,
it's very much very similar to Tony Jaa, kind of like in the Ong Bak and
Ong Bak movies.
Yeah, if you like John Wick stuff, Brian, you would love the Raid. The first Raid.
Good things, and honestly,
you haven't seen Raid? Dude,
no, I know,
so sick.
Yeah. I haven't seen the second one. I only saw it in the theater, and I liked it, but I really, really like the first.
It's because of how he edits. Like a fight, even if you're gonna do handheld and whatever, if you cut and have the audience's eye at the same place where you cut to the next piece of action, the Raid does that. Like it was like a masterclass on how to edit in a new way, and he did it just because he had no budget, and then they started just every other action movie started to do what he did. That's why the Raid is like so influential.
It's funny too because that movie is exactly the same premise as Dread. So you had Dread and that come around out. Yeah, it's like the same exact.
Dread is so fucking good.
God, I want them to make. They've been trying for years to try and either make a sequel or a series.
They're talking about a TV show,
I
that
want
I
a
heard
fucking series
recently. Yeah,
that world is just so cool, and
perfect for a fucking TV series.
That and Upgrade were just those two weird movies that it's like, why didn't this have the hugest audience? Both those movies should have had huge fucking audiences because they were just so fucking well done.
There was a period where there was a lot of really fucking unique movies coming out at that time, because that's around the same time that like Hardcore Henry came out too, and Hardcore Henry's stupid fucking fun.
That movie is hard to watch, but it was a lot of fun.
It's fucking blast.
Yeah. The fucking first person was just
it's new.
You ever play a video game that does like weird shit that like makes you motion sick?
All
like,
the time.
Dude, there was I think it was called Cold something, and it was like a Resident Evil clone, like on PlayStation 2 era, and you're on a Russian ship, and the ship is just swaying the whole time. And I played on my stream, like on a Saturday morning, and I played for like 2 hours, like, nope, I'm done with that one, because it was literally making me sick playing it.
That's what it was like for me when I first started fucking with my VR headset, and it took a little bit to get used to, but I finally got used to it. I started playing through that Exorcist game. I still need to finish it. So
that game,
fun though.
That game scared me harder than any game has ever scared me.
Number of times I damn near fucking fell down.
Dude, that was just like the VR makes games that are scary. Like, I've never played a Five Nights at Freddy game, but I played the VR one. Oh yeah. Fucking, I jumped and shit my pants like 97 times, dude. VR fucks with you, man. It's sad because I think that this movie could have been really cool. Like, it could have been.
I don't hate it though. Like, I really don't. But obviously, like I said, I had no expectations going into this.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think I've seen a trailer.
I think you talking about it was how I even heard about it. Like, I heard nothing about it. Like,
you mentioned it.
I was the one that brought it up a couple times and kind of hyped it because all I'd seen was the trailers, and they did that thing. It's now just like a marketing technique, especially for like indie films. They'll get a few Rotten Tomato like actual reviews, and then they'll put out 100% on Rotten Tomatoes like super early on. Yeah. And it's like, it's so misleading. Yeah. And it's like a tactic.
I mean, that's like, dude, they started dropping trailers for Weapon, or was it called Weapon or Weapons? And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I will not watch. Like, you told me it was the guy who directed Barbarian, and I was in, and I'm just like, that
for
movie,
what?
like,
this?
if you no Weapons,
the movie Weapons.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, I was just talking about how like the trailers, like, I don't want to watch it because I was like, you directed Barbarian, I'm in. And
it's
same with the new movie from the directors of Talk to Me. That looks fucking good too.
Bring Her Back. I think. Yeah,
Bring Her Back.
Yeah, I don't know when that's coming out, but
I'm
really. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That movie's
the YouTubers.
Great. Yep. I don't know.
Barbarian. I know you guys really, really like Barbarian.
It was my favorite movie of that year.
Yeah. I'm glad you really enjoyed it. But this, I think Weapons looks unreal. Looks fucking disturbing.
100%. And I love that he comes from the comedy world because he knows he was a comedian in the Whitest Kids You Know or something. Like the skit, whatever. And then he made fucking Barbarian, and I'm like, oh, fucking rights, man. Like, I'm stoked on him.
It also, you saying that the guy was a rapper, it explains a lot of the, like, it's visually
visuals, totally,
it's really good.
Ash is gorgeous.
It was a music video.
It's also really dark. That's one of the other things. It's a pretty fucking dark movie.
Yeah.
I don't think there's enough dark movies anymore, so I was totally fine with that too.
Yeah, I loved the way this movie looked. I liked that. I liked how it was dark. I mean, it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I know. It's weirdly, but I think Josh nailed it. It's very much a music video. Like, it's that. Sure. Yeah, it's. Totally. I'm sitting there.
Music videos don't need to have a script.
No.
Yeah, you can tell it was definitely written by a guy that's probably never really done much screenwriting.
Yeah, the script.
It definitely wasn't this movie, and it wanted to be very badly. Sorry,
dude. What else this guy's done? Lots of critically acclaimed music.
Is he like a?
directed Ozzy's Dungeon, the segment for VHS 99.
I don't know if
It
I
was
remember
written
that.
by
Which
him
one?
and Zoe Cooper, and then Ash.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are the two things he's done.
Yeah. Well,
film wise.
man, it's again. This is like I think there's a really big problem directors in Hollywood right now that like are visually awesome and they aren't knowledgeable about their own weaknesses. I mean, like, I talk about it all the time. Rob Zombie, that motherfucker. If you gave him a good script and let him go to town with it, like just let him direct it, and I could see him like putting out like an all-time classic horror movie. Like it's just like
maybe not so much
writing it-
anymore, but
yeah, but like okay, 15 years ago maybe, right? Like back in the early 2000s, like but like visually that man can fucking direct a movie better than most. Like look pretty horror movies, like pretty like well shot and cool looking shots and all that stuff. The man does awesome fucking shit. And like
I think he used to to have more. He used to be doing his like own music videos, and it was all about the art, and it was all about like pushing his style and getting that voice on the visuals and stuff. And it really was like on his first few films, and they still stand the test of time because of that. His new ones, it feels like he's just like, yeah, it's a paycheck. I'll show up. I don't feel like that it's his, like the Munsters.
He might have been.
Come on.
Yeah. I never watched that, but it seems like he may have been broken by Hollywood. Like that man
The
is
Munsters
like,
is the Munsters is fucking awful.
But like
that man,
The one thing I'll say
studio.
about the Munsters is that movie is fucking gorgeous, because he originally wanted to do that movie in black and white, and they told him no, they wanted it in color. The studio made him do that in color.
yeah.
So he said, okay, if you want it in color, I'm giving you all the color. And it's like super fucking saturated, and it's very, very, very bright and in your face. And honestly, I fucking love the way it looks. Like that movie looks awesome. That's where the good stuff ends.
I mean, and that's the thing, man. And that's like maybe Josh, I don't know, that Munsters was his last movie, right? Like he hasn't done anything.
I don't think he's
then.
I don't think he's got anything even down the pipe that I've heard.
Dude, I mean, he was like didn't he crowdfund 33 and shit like that? Like he's like or 31 or what the fuck it was called. Like I don't know, man. It's the thing where the visual style of stuff is like, I mean, look at Michael Bay. I mean, who is not exactly doing a lot now, but like that man is all visuals and couldn't tell a story to get him. What is Michael Bay's best story? Pirates of the Caribbean?
Michael Bay didn't write Pirates of the Caribbean.
Did he direct it or did he just produce that?
No, that was
no, that's just a Bruckheimer shit.
Oh, that's Bruckheimer. Sorry. All these motherfuckers are like
Michael Bay's best story.
The first Transformers.
Pain and Gain. I mean, but that's based on a true story.
A true story, yeah. Well, dude,
I like the Ambulance.
Ambulance was fun, actually.
Yeah,
I made it. Yeah, but that was another movie that he just took. That was a remake.
Was Ambulance a remake?
Yeah, like a Dutch film or something like that.
He was all in on that fucking first person like chopper thing. Like he didn't want smooth shots. He wanted fast shots or you're fired and you're going under the car and
at the end of the day, it turns out that Michael Bay's best movie is goddamn Bad Boys. I might uninstall Windows from my fucking computer because that's just a.
But what would you use instead?
Pretty good.
Oh, Michael Bay did The Rock. Okay, well there we go. Winner.
I mean, but did he write it? I don't think Michael Bay.
He doesn't write shit, does he?
No.
We're just talking directing.
Yeah.
Who cares about the writing?
I think I like The Rock a lot. 13 Hours is decent.
So you go back to the 90s or like, I would say The Rock was his best.
Shit, The Island.
Movie.
I forgot he did The Island too. That's actually
I like The Island too. I looked it up and I was trying to figure out the budget of Ash, and it's another film that says not mentioned according to like, I hate how Google shows AI at the top of everything now, but like it only made $716,777.
That
off
does not
of
surprise me.
1,100 screens. I mean, dude, this movie, like Josh, like I said earlier, you were the only one who even mentioned this fucking movie. Like they did not.
It wasn't
budget- I
playing
mean, they-
fucking anywhere near me
Yeah.
either, and that's why I couldn't
Yeah.
see it in the theaters. Like,
It seems like one of those. Like,
but I did
one
get to
weekend
see a
kind of.
clown in a cornfield with the actors and director and writer and stuff, and the
That-
clown
Awesome, actually.
I
moved
heard that
me
movie
to
was
sit
crazy.
beside me.
That is very cool.
Do you have
It was
pictures
a
of you and the
fun
clown?
fucking experience. Oh yeah, there's pictures of me with the clown and everything. That was like, he came up and like, they're like, oh, can you move because you're like front row center, and we want the like light from the projector to be right behind his head. I was like, okay. So then I posed with him and was like, doing that shit. Fuck,
I think I
dude,
saw what.
that movie, when it comes out, we have to do it on the show because it is so fun. It reminds me so much of kind of Hot Fuzz and Thanksgiving mixed and
Yes.
done really well, because Eli Craig from Tucker and Dale versus Evil, like he wrote and directed
directed it?
Tucker and Dale. Yeah, so like 15
It's
years
based on a
ago,
book, too, that I'm getting ready to start reading.
exactly. 15 years ago, he was in Calgary with Tucker and Dale, and that's the guy I did the really drunk interview with. So
Yeah,
15
he
years
told us
later,
about that.
he's back, and they did a 15-year anniversary because he was in town. So they did
Yeah.
a showing of that the same day, and then I was like so like, it's so well done. You guys are gonna have a lot of fun with it, and I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
looking forward to going to. I'm planning on going to the theater and seeing it.
So I did find this funny, but Amazon Prime Video paid $10 million for distribution rights to this movie.
For Ash,
Yes, they paid $10 million
Amazon
for this. Yep, Amazon Prime Video, according to Wikipedia.
it's a Shudder movie.
No, it wasn't. There was no Shudder.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Ash is a Shudder movie.
no
I
it's
thought I
not.
heard it was
There
a
no-
Shudder movie too,
It's
but
a
I
Shudder
don't know.
movie.
There was no Shudder fucking thing on the
I don't
film.
care if there was a Shudder logo at the beginning of it. I'm telling you, it's a Shudder movie.
Well, Amazon Prime bought it for $10 million, according
Produced
to.
by Shudder. Yes,
Mm.
distributed by Shudder.
That's weird. Then why did it get bought
It's
up?
Shudder
by
and Amazon though, so we're both right. But that's
Yeah.
weird that Amazon
Yeah.
paid $10 million for it.
Dude, I'm like, dude, this movie couldn't have had much more than a couple $1 million budget. Like,
It had a
let's-
$1.1 million budget. Or wait, no, that's
Okay.
box office. Oh,
yeah, the box office was 700,000, dude.
oh is it?
I don't know.
Bo-
Yeah.
I got box office here says 1.1 mil. but
Yeah, I don't know. According to Google, I don't know.
Either one of
Um,
those numbers is awful.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this movie had scenes where the CG, you could tell this was like all shot on green screens and shit like that.
Oh
like,
yeah,
when
especially
it-
all the outside stuff.
Yeah, the outside
Yeah.
stuff, like when the ship landed, I'm like, holy shit, that looks terrible. And I don't know, man. Like, it's so hard, especially for like indie horror movies, to do sci-fi horror, because you have to have that fucking. I'm not saying you have to have a huge budget, but you have to have a budget that you can do what you're trying to do. And this movie didn't have that. And I commend the guy for doing like trying to do crazy shit, and he did some cool shots. But man.
I'm
keep
supposed to
going
be
back
on
this-
set tonight for a movie, but I am negotiating my contract because the scope creep is happening like crazy. So I understand budget shit, but I'm also the guy, and I don't want to overwork myself all the time.
dude, and you know your value too, which is important, dude. Like in this
Well,
world, man,
yeah.
you know your value. They will take you, bend you over, and fuck you in the ass without lube.
Well, because
if
I'm
they can make
doing the key
dollar on
art
it.
for it and the distro pack and all that stuff, and then it was thrown out to me like, oh yeah, and then just come by set, grab a few pictures for the poster and whatever, and it was presented to me like that. So I wrote up a contract with that scope in there, and then it's like, no, we need you all 3 days pretty much as the BTS crew and to grab pictures. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I can come.
BTS, like
I
you're gonna
can-
be singing
I'm like, what's the
Wonderwall.
big day? Like, because they have like a whole bunch of army vehicles and stuff coming on Wednesday, and everyone, the kid from Skinamarink is in it and stuff. And
Oh God, Ken's not here to talk about Skinnamarink and how much she loves it.
and
Can
you
you
know, like
help?
that type of stuff. So like, you know, it's funded, it has whatever, and I'm like, well, yeah, like I can see if I can accommodate that, but it has to be like redrawn into the contract and stuff. So these types of things, man. Like I don't want to balloon a budget, but I also am like, that's a lot of
Yeah, you
my
have to get
time that
paid
is
for
not
what-
being.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
am I not going to have any time to actually work on
Jo-
the key
Josh
art?
is gonna
Then?
walk up to the Josh is gonna walk up to the kid and go, "Skin ring sucks."
No way. It's not
So-
me,
Here-
man.
Flying
Even
lower.
talking
give-
about it on this podcast is not like me either. But you know,
Yeah, I know.
I just did it.
I'm saying it. Josh is not saying any of these things. I am saying these things, and I'm just kidding.
You know, like the world that I'm kind of a part of now, of like the indie filmmakers and stuff, is
Yeah.
it's weirdly all coming. They all know each other. Like, you know, the producer, main actor in this has been in a movie that other people that I know from online helping out just filmed, and the producer of that was just the guy who did the documentary that I'm now in, as well as helped with all the art fors, and you know, so it's like it is a very small world, but they're all over the fucking world. So
yeah, it's so awesome though. You're going to do that stuff because, dude, you're like, you got such a cool visual style, and you're such a creative dude, and like you've done such cool stuff, and like. Sometimes I hope that like this silly little podcast helped like get your shit out there more because you do it just because you're doing the movie posters, right? Like you did that, and I feel like that like linked out a lot of stuff and like got you out there in your years of hard work doing cool shit. It's just like
it sucks that I don't have time to do those things for fun, but at the same time, I got to pay my fucking bills. So
yeah, being old and
being an
like,
adult sucks, man.
Yeah. So like I know it's putting up boundaries and it's sticking to them and staying extremely professional while I do it. It's like that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I can do, right?
Yeah, dude, you know what you're worth, and like, yeah, if these people are gonna try to take advantage of you to save a couple bucks, I get it. But like, if you're gonna go like, if you're not gonna pay you what you're worth, then fuck them. Like, I don't care. Like, that's a fuck them kind of thing, and it's not like a personal thing. It's like I'm worth this much, and you can't. That's the thing, man. You can't just go, oh, we expected you to do this, this, and this. And I'm like, that's not what we talked about.
Exactly. That's why I put it in writing and got the signature. And it's like, that's scope creep.
Yeah.
And that's also
fuck
emotional leveraging.
I think that's an indie thing too, right? Because indie is like, has to do like people wearing multiple hats, right? Like in everything. I mean,
100%.
the director
That's why I put it all in scope. I have scoping documents, and that's it, man. That's the only way I can take care of myself anymore these days. Like, because I never used to do it in the past. It would just be like, oh yeah, no problem. And then it's like, oh shit. Oh, like 8 rounds of changes. Oh, and like what? This is like not what we talked about.
And let's be real, man. Shit. Like marketing is like that. We were just talking about Ash again. Like we keep coming back. We're talking about Ash this week, but like this movie didn't get any like fucking marketing at all. But like
this poster's dope, by the way.
Yeah,
like they did a good fucking job.
Yeah, and it's like that's one of the things you go, especially with horror, you can pull a lot of horror people in with a cool fucking poster, and this fucking is a cool poster. And like,
well, you see Aaron Paul and like alien-y fucking shit and a cool like, you know, art direction.
Oh, dude, I also want to say there's more nice things I do want to say about this movie. The spacesuits in this movie were fucking cool. Like they kind of look
that's
like
the lo-fi shit they did well, right?
Yeah. Well, dude, the one thing, did you guys notice like when the back, for some reason, like they had like their spine was showing on like one of the back panels of their spacesuits? I'm like, I don't know what that's about, but it looks cool as shit. It again reminded me of Dead Space and that fucking that movie with Timothy or what was it, Josh Hutchinson, or not Josh Hutchinson, the other Josh that looks like Timothy Olyphant. What's his name? Josh Duhamel. He was in that Callisto Protocol game, which was like a Dead Space ripoff.
Timothy Chalamet.
No.
Just wanted to say his name.
I just wanted to say it.
Dude,
you know it. Come on.
You know what's funny about Josh Duhamel and Timothy
Chalamet?
Olyphant? No, shut up. Those two like look so similar that like they switched photos. I think Timothy Olyphant got in the family, like the family
OnlyFans.
No, He got in Josh Duhamel's family photo and like was in Josh Duhamel's family photo, and like they took a picture and didn't say anything, and then like Josh Duhamel showed it to his parents, and they didn't realize that it was.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I hope that's true story because that's very funny. If it is,
I think Timothy Oliphant or one of those two told that story, so I think it's a true story.
You can't tell because you don't know.
You can't tell. Yeah,
you can't tell apart.
Yeah, but oh man, I don't know. It's. I hate coming into like a movie like this and just going like because I don't. We talk about it and Josh says it makes it more entertaining, and I get it. I hate shitting on stuff because it's like, but it just like this movie just like. I didn't hate it, but
I don't think we shit on it. I think we pointed out its faults, and like it doesn't. Yeah. This movie does not grant a full dump like some random musicals from 2008 that we watched. That deserved...
You're gonna shit on Repo? You're gonna shit on Repo? Repo was 8 billion times better than this movie, dude. I hate to tell you.
What the fuck?
I hate to tell you, Josh.
So wrong. So wrong.
Everybody's allowed to their opinion, even if their opinion is wrong. They are allowed to have it.
Hey, Rod, you're wrong.
I just had that happen over the weekend because we watched in Katie's Discord. We watched My Cousin Vinny and Knives. One of the guys watching it, it was like, oh, that's a 6 out of 10. I'm like,
My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah,
that's way higher than 6.
I was like, that movie's a classic, and you're wrong. You can have your opinion, but My Cousin Vinny's a fucking classic.
The thing with watching classics for the first time through a 2025 lens, it doesn't land the same. You don't have that discovery from the time when it came out. So like, to be honest, it's so hard to even like judge it in the same type of way or realm and stuff. And you got to almost like be a little softer to the people that are watching it for the first time now. It's like, man, I wish I got to watch it again for the first time. But then stepping back and thinking about it, I'm so different than the first time I saw that when it first came, like it's, so I don't know.
You're not wrong, and I was busting his balls a little bit, but I get it. You're completely right, because like some of the horror movies I've watched later in life that were classics, like I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the first time like 10 years ago, or whatever, and I'm like, I liked it. But
funny that you bring that movie up because that's the exact same movie I was going to use to agree with your point. Because every person that I've ever introduced Chainsaw to can't stand it. They think it's fucking hot garbage, and I'm like, while I'm critical of the movie, I think it's far from hot garbage.
Oh no,
I saw it way too young, so.
See, it's just one of those things where you're right. You're absolutely right. When I don't know if it's necessarily to call them a younger generation, but when you're looking at a movie that was made in 1974 through the lens of somebody who's been watching movies, all the way up to 2025 and have not seen that movie, and then they watch it and they're just like, this is just it doesn't hit the same way, because
the remake is fucking good.
I love Chainsaw's remake.
Dude,
wasn't that Michael Bay too?
That was a production. It was directed by the same guy that directed Friday the 13th.
Right. Oh, and which was so fucking good too, man.
The Friday the 13th reboot is the best. The first 20 minutes of that movie is the best.
So good.
Entire franchise.
Yeah.
It does fall apart after that a little bit.
I love boobs, so who cares?
In my opinion.
Dude, perfect nipple placement.
These tits are perfect nipple placement. That, by the way, that dude was on that. That guy was on that Arnold Schwarzenegger Netflix show.
Placement.
Oh, perfect nipple placement. Yeah.
He was on that Arnold Schwarzenegger Netflix show, and I was like, that's perfect nipple placement guy. And I'm just like,
that's just who he is now.
I think that's Travis Van Winkle is who delivers that fantastic fucking line.
Hey, look at that. I got it right here for some reason. I don't know why.
What else did he say? So there was some funny shit in that movie. Like when the guy says, I'm not going out there with a boner. I thought that was pretty funny too.
The characters aren't super well. That's the biggest problem that second half of the movie, right? Is that like the characters aren't great. Like,
it was kind of hard to get behind any of them. But what did it have? It checked off all the Friday the 13th boxes. Okay, it had Jason in a hockey mask. looking fucking beastly. He was fucking badass. Derek Mears was fantastic, Jason.
Yeah.
It had disposable teens getting killed in mostly pretty cool ways. I think some of the kills were a little weak, but there were some pretty cool ones too. Like when perfect nipple placement gets perfectly placed on the fucking hay bale thing,
Dude,
like at the end, that's a pretty cool fucking kill.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It checked off a lot of the Friday 13th boxes.
It also changed some mythos I thought was pretty cool. Like the whole like the tunnels underneath the camping was like the very cool idea for like how he gets around so fast.
That and Chainsaw did the similar things. They added on in those ways. And but that's when in the early 2000s those movies were so influential on the like color tone of movies because Chainsaw did the really desaturated look. And then it was like
wasn't it?
in the 2000s, if you saw a cover of a DVD and it was like super desaturated, you knew it was a fucking horror movie.
Yeah, that was like Marcus Nispel choice. He's the director. But, you know, the same guy shot Chainsaw, the original one that shot the reboot. The same
oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they both look fucking gorgeous. They're both shot beautifully. Because that's what Chainsaw.
But that sound too that they introduced for the remake
the light
was
bulb,
used.
Camera flash bulb.
Yeah,
dude, that trailer scary. That trailer was scarier than the movie, and I liked the movie. But that was fucking creepy as shit.
What was it? Jessica Biel in that one?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Like that was like peak Jessica Biel, and my God,
Eric Balfour's in that too, and I like Eric Balfour.
Oh yeah.
He
kind of disappeared.
He did kind of disappear. He played in that really bad Skyline sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
He was in that.
Dude,
what? Did you know we had this?
What overly sized
yeah, that's huge.
Oh, that's dope looking. I like that.
That's
font.
Murder Moose.
Yeah.
Dude. He was in I watched over the weekend. I watched 10 Things I Hate About You, and he was the asshole in that
We are a metal band now. This is the metal band. When it's this one, it's the metal band logo.
Well, okay. Anything else you guys want to say? We can wrap up. I gotta go.
Yeah, I gotta go too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't hate this movie like Ken does, but I can understand.
Yeah, Ken says it's the worst. I think.
Yeah,
you guys have anything? Yeah. What do you guys want to watch next week? Do you have something in mind?
There's a few on Plex that just got there that I was like, oh, we should fucking, and I totally forgot.
I just watched. I forgot to mention. I watched Drop.
Oh,
and what do you think? Was it worth talking about?
That's not horror, is it?
It's not horror, so I would say no.
Freaky Tales is on there too, and that looks kind of fun.
Freaky Tales is on. It looks fun, but I don't think that's horror either. It's very sci-fi comedy. But
what about that Camp Hell movie with the kid from
Hell of a Summer?
Yeah.
We can talk about that.
I heard it's more of a comedy than a horror, but
I've seen it twice now. I'll talk about it.
Okay. You down with that, Josh?
Okay.
Okay, cool. We'll watch Hell of a Summer for next week. Okay. Josh, you have anything you want to plug?
Oh, yeah. That's that Finn Wolfhard directed movie, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Finn and Billy Brick.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Josh? I plug your ass.
Okay, cool. Ryan, anything you want to plug?
I'll plug Josh's ass.
Okay, and I'll plug Ken's ass. So Ken's ass is plugged.
So it can't be in her ass next episode, just so she knows.
Train is just
who's plugging Brian's ass, though? Who's plugging Brian's ass?
Oh, he's open. He's open for business.
I'll throw a thumb back there, and I'll take care of myself. I'm a champ.
Next week, Hell of a Summer, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.